Have you ever had a completely normal conversation and then spent the next 4 hours conducting a post-match analysis like it was a national security briefing? You leave the interaction and your brain goes, okay, why did I say that? Wait, did they pause before answering? Was that joke funny or career-ending? Why did I use that tone? Should I have said less? Should I have said more? Should I move countries? If that's you, welcome. You are not broken, and you are definitely not the only person who can turn one conversation into a 12-part psychological documentary. Today, we're talking about why you replay conversations for hours. Usually, it's because your brain is trying to do something human, protect you from pain. Replaying conversations can feel like overthinking, but underneath it, there's often a mission. Avoid rejection, avoid embarrassment, avoid conflict, avoid being misunderstood, avoid being too much or not enough. So your mind reviews the footage again and again, and again this time with subtitles and a director's commentary. The problem is, your brain thinks it's solving something, but most of the time, it's just reopening the tab. Personality shapes how this shows up. If you're emotionally sensitive, you may replay moments where the energy shifted even slightly. If you're highly conscientious, you may obsess over whether you said the right thing. If you care about relationships, you may replay conversations to check if someone felt hurt, distant, or disappointed. If you've been criticized or misunderstood a lot, your system may have learned that social mistakes are dangerous. So now it monitors everything. That's not you being dramatic. That's your nervous system doing quality control at an unreasonable level. And let's be honest, sometimes conversations are messy. People are vague. Timing is weird. Tone gets misread. Someone says, "I'm fine," in a voice that could start a war. So yes, sometimes replaying helps you notice something real. But here's the blind spot. At a certain point, you're not processing anymore. You're spiraling. Processing sounds like, I didn't love how I said that. Next time, I'll be clearer. Spiraling sounds like, they hate me. I ruined everything. This will follow me to the grave. Only one of those leads to growth. The other one just ruins your evening. And the replaying gets worse when there's no closure. If the other person was hard to read, if the conversation mattered, or if you already felt vulnerable going in, your brain hates that uncertainty. So, it tries to create certainty by analysis. But social interactions are not maths equations. You can't solve every human moment by staring at it harder. Sometimes your brain keeps replaying because it believes, if I can just find the exact mistake, I can prevent future pain. It is also how you end up brushing your teeth while reliving a conversation from 2019. So, what helps? First, ask yourself, am I reviewing or reliving? Reviewing is useful. It has an endpoint. Reliving is emotional cardio. If you've already identified the lesson, you do not need to keep suffering for extra credit. Second, separate the facts from the fear. Fact, they were quieter than usual. Fear, they're upset with me, losing respect for me, and secretly discussing this with 3 friends. Fact, I stumbled over my words. Fear, I sounded incompetent and no one will ever trust me again. Your fear may feel convincing. That doesn't make it accurate. Third, give your brain a job that ends. Try this. What happened? What am I worried it means? What's another possible explanation? Is there anything I actually need to do? If the answer is, no, I just feel exposed, that matters too. Sometimes what you need is not more analysis. It's reassurance, rest, food, or a break from your own internal courtroom. And fourth, if you need clarity, ask for clarity. Sometimes the replay stops the moment reality enters the chat. A simple, "Hey, I've been overthinking our conversation a bit. Are we okay?" can save you 6 hours of detective work and 1 argument in the shower. If this episode hit home, be gentle with yourself. Replaying conversations doesn't mean you're self-obsessed. It usually means connection matters to you, and your brain is trying to protect your place in other people's lives. The goal isn't to become someone who never reflects. Reflection is good. The goal is to stop turning reflection into punishment. You are allowed to learn from a conversation without serving a full emotional sentence afterward. And if you want to understand your deeper pattern, why you replay, overanalyze, people please, or panic about how you came across, take the person.com, because once you understand the pattern, you stop calling every awkward moment a life event. See you in the next episode.